It's the final reckoning on Great British Menu. This week, our 8 regional finalists have pushed themselves to the absolute limit.
I've got the fear now.
Say, come on.
So do you think you're going to be on time?
Everything's getting covered in ash.
Some have reaped the rewards.
Lisa. Top 3 again today.
Is there a petting zoo in there? What's going on?
While others have been bitterly disappointed.
My table's covered in blood.
There was a bin beside you. That's where it belonged.
Ouch.
But the pace isn't going to let up yet. Today, their desserts are under scrutiny, and it's do or die for some.
It's the last day. It's my last chance to get into the top 3.
The knives are out.
Are you nervous? You've seen mine. You've seen Lisa's, yeah?
Is there anything else going with it, or is that it?
Was it any compote or...
If you put a flake in that, have you got the ice cream brand chimes coming along?
And emotions are running high.
I can't cry on Great British Menu.
Also today, the judges face a tough decision. They must pick just 4 dishes to create the perfect sharing menu for the ultimate street party.
I'm vote for that one. I want that one.
You can see that being carried in, can't you?
There has to be a massive element of drama in Leadenhall Market.
Who will make the grade and who will be left behind?
If I got through to the banquet, I'd be absolutely ecstatic.
I want to win this, and I'm desperate to win this.
It's day 4 in the kitchen and the very last chance for our chefs to prove themselves. Michael Smith and Lisa Allen are in the fortunate position of having 2 dishes in contention for the banquet.
Hopefully today, if I put my head down, I can try and make it a 3rd one.
Almost everybody else has 1 dish in the top 3 spot.
I want to make sure I can get this dessert into the top 3, so it gives me more of a fighting chance.
But for one chef, Andrew Pern, so far success has eluded him.
It's the last day. It's my last chance to get into the top 3. So I'm going to go for it and do my bit for the North East.
Until the final menu is chosen, no one can rest on their laurels. So it will be another grueling day in the kitchen.
I'm expecting to see really amazing stuff today, because throughout the week it's just been getting more and more spectacular.
Our chefs aren't just competing for themselves. All of them want to invite the people they've met in their communities who inspired their menus.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to have another one if you don't mind.
Yeah, finish it, yeah.
Delicious. You can always come back for seconds. My heart's with Scotland, the wonderful people I met, you know, on the Isle of Skye. That would be fantastic if I can get them all the way down here to that great occasion.
To make it to the banquet, the chefs will have to seriously impress the panel of judges. Over the course of the week, they've been helped by some of the biggest guns of the culinary world.
I would serve this to my 2-year-old's party.
I thought it was very average. In fact, I actually thought it was poor.
Today, they've enlisted the help of a 4th judge, a veteran of the competition who holds a Michelin star, an MBE, and is Britain's top female chef. It's Angela Hartnett.
Welcome, Angela.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
Angela, it's pudding day, the last day, the most important course.
It's the thing that everyone expects, that wow, that razzmatazz, and I think we expect a bit Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and a bit of, you know, it's a banquet. It's got to be amazing.
With Angela's formidable reputation, there will be nowhere for the chefs to hide, and they're already feeling the pressure of her presence.
I think having Angela on the panel is absolutely, it's fantastic. So, it's an honour to be able to serve food up to her.
I think Angela Hartnett will be very fair, but tough when she has to be.
First up today, a brasserie chef Chris Fearon,
Well, boys.
Michelin-starred Hywel Jones and first-time finalist Paul Ainsworth.
End of all the best, yeah? End of a journey. We need a good one today. It's the last chance saloon, lads.
Risk-taker Chris is first. He's making Lemonicious, a special box packed with lemon and licorice Battenberg, lemon meringues, lemon ice cream and lemon shortbread.
The problem with Chris's pudding was this idea of Lemonicious. The idea was good, but I just didn't feel he carried it through.
There was one thing on that, in that box that I'll never forget, and that was the Battenberg. Oh,
It was the best Battenberg, wasn't it?
Yes, he's obviously a chef who has a great sense of humour. Sometimes his technical skill hasn't quite lived up to the ambition of his cooking, I would say.
After poor scores for 2 of his courses, plus a slating in the chamber, he's been feeling the stress in the kitchen, so last year's champion Tom is giving him a pep talk.
Calm, controlled, collected, not throwing pans around.
I think, you know, I had a hard last 2 days. There was almost an element if I wasn't enjoying myself. I felt bad about myself.
Today, Chris is determined to pull things back.
Chris, what you got going on over there?
I've got a few things going on. It's, I'm calling it lemonicious.
Lemonicious?
Yeah, I want to be a bit humorous, you know. I could call it an assiette of lemon, or textures of lemon, or compression of lemon. But I decided this to be normal and call it what it is.
He's convinced that if he can hold his nerve and execute this dish well, he'll be in with a good chance of a second top 3 ranking.
What sort of feedback did you get about your dessert?
Richard Cargan called me the Charlie Wonka of Belfast.
Willy Wonka?
I said Charlie Wonka.
It's Willy Wonka, isn't it?
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
Chris has been in a better mood today in the kitchen. I think his spirits are high.
Chris is the only chef making a lemon dessert today and thinks this will help him stand out from the crowd.
I prefer to do lemon and strawberries and stuff like that.
What do you mean you prefer to do lemon rather than strawberries?
Well, just because everybody's going to do strawberries, aren't they?
Are you doing strawberries?
No.
Howell, are you doing strawberries?
I am doing strawberries, yeah.
Paul, are you doing strawberries? No, not really.
Not really means you are doing something with strawberries in it.
Chris adds the finishing touches to his meringues, places the desserts into the box before pouring his lemonade into bottles. This first contender has the other chefs worried.
Chris, I didn't have him down as a pastry chef. I saw him as a big, shouty, sweary Irish chef. Well, actually today he showed some fantastic pastry skills.
Off you go. Careful with that. And big boy, you be careful with this too.
Having delivered his dessert, his confidence is riding high.
I think my lemonicious was delicious. Very happy with that. I think it's got a nice wow factor to it. There's a fun element to it. There's a good stirring element. Has to be up near the top. It has to be in the top 3.
Will the judges agree?
I'd forgotten about this lovely little box. It's beautiful, isn't it? A lemon tree on it.
I think it is fabulous. And I love the inside, you see the descriptions of the desserts and everything. I think it looks pretty.
If you could get a lemon ice cream as good as that in Italy, you'd be really pleased. It's sharp. It's got that just the right texture to it, creamy.
And that meringue is right. It's toffee-ish, but not squishy.
I think it's too overwhelmingly lemon. Slightly overwhelmed by the whole thing.
What you've got is a series of lovely textures, different variations on lemon, but it actually leaves you like quite clean at the end of the meal.
I think the weakest thing is this Battenberg, which you guys, you know, bigged up and sold to me.
It was far more flavoursome than before, but I think the whole thing is just, he's trying too hard.
So I think you're just anti, you would like something else to cut the flavour. Take one away and change it.
You're just far too soft.
No!
You're far too soft, come on!
No,
this quite simply won't do.
I must say, that actually the spirit of misery that you embody. Let's just be a bit cheerful here. You can see a whole series of boxes, and actually what you would have is each one may be filled with the same element there. And if some people like more of one thing than another, then they can help themselves.
The only thing, Matthew, that's making me happy about this is I know that I'm right.
Oliver's not sold on lemonicious. Are Chris's fellow chefs?
It's very tasty.
Very tasty.
Nice. Visually, it makes you excited because you think, oh, I want to try it.
Yeah.
What do you think to being lemon?
Well, I can't see why it's a problem. Very, very refreshing for the palate, isn't it? It brings it all alive again, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll be a lot happier with today.
Yeah, he'll be singing now, unfortunately.
This lemonicious made me suspicious, but really it turned out quite delicious. It's a 7.
I really loved Chris's little box. I thought it was so exciting, and what was inside was lovely too. And so I'm giving it a 7.
Chris Fearon's lemonicious left me feeling bitter and twisted. 6.
I loved the lemonness of it, and I thought the pastry was the best thing on the plate. I'm giving it 7.
So, a good score for Chris, but is it enough to get him into the rankings? Newcomer Paul is up next. With one top 3 in the bag for his main, he's desperate for another for his quirky Taste of the Fairground. On specially made carts, he's serving raspberry curd-filled donuts, toffee apples on marshmallow, chocolate popcorn with coconut custard and honeycomb lollipops.
Paul's pudding. You know, when I first ate it, I felt the years roll back. That's what it tapped into. It those wonderful memories of childhood.
Matthew, I can't believe you can remember back that far. This pudding is what the competition's all about. That popping popcorn, that peanut. It was amazing.
I loved it. I thought it comes in a little cart, and
Yeah.
it's just like a toy. I mean, the donut was absolutely delicious. It was very beautifully done.
But there are some small technical problems. For example, you know, candy floss for 100.
Luckily, Paul's listened and has dropped the candy floss, and he's feeling in a positive frame of mind.
I think it's spectacular. I think it's a brilliant way to end a meal. I think it's got substance running through it, and I'm hoping, I really would love it to be a top 3.
But Paul needs to work extremely hard to ensure every element of this tricky dessert is executed to the highest standards. Andrew, who badly needs a top 3 today, comes over to check out his competition.
What's this? A bit of booze going in?
Yeah.
What is it? Cider? Corn
Yeah,
cider?
just like cider toffee apples, basically. Sort of my take on a sticky toffee apple, really. So.
Okay. And what else have you got with that?
I've got a bit of everything, Andrew.
It's all going on.
Got a bit of everything. Everything you can relate to the fairground.
How's it, fairground attraction?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
It's not faithful attraction, eh?
Next, Paul moves on to making his honeycomb lollipops, which he's coating in chocolate and popping candy.
This? And that is popping candy. You know, like the cracking candy you used to have?
That's amazing. It's all tingly. I think I might have put too much in my mouth, Chef. It's still going. Does it?
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't...
When's it stop? Make it stop.
Yeah. It's to put you off.
His intense concentration hasn't gone unnoticed.
He's just in his zone. He's not going to rely on yesterday's result. He'll push it all the way, and today he'll be looking for a top 3 finish, I'm sure. He's a very competitive boy.
Paul adds the final touches to his cart, then brings it all to the pass, anxiously hoping his dessert will hit the top spot today.
There you go, lads. No plates. I think I've pushed to the absolute limits. I think I've given everything I've got. I think I've cooked with all my heart and soul, and that was what I went with.
How will the judges rate his quirky approach?
I mean, I think you said it. It's a smile on your face. It absolutely looks brilliant.
And I really did like to say that I think that Paul feels the same way about candy floss as I do, because he's taking it off. We got honeycomb instead, which is great.
This is so clever. Look, the honeycomb has a bit of white chocolate on one side with chocolate bits, and on the other side, dark chocolate with more nuts.
I tell you what I think is really wonderful about the marshmallows, that he's put a little bit of poached apple on top, which gives it the sharpness that wasn't there, a little bit of contrast that wasn't there in the original.
The popping popcorn is absolutely the best thing. It is just amazing.
I think this is a brilliant dessert. I think it fulfills it as a banquet. I love this honeycomb. The donuts, I mean, he's obviously improved them so much better than from what you said before. I just think it is fantastic. It's very clever. And it's not too sweet, so he's listened. You know, the apple's there, it's cut in everything. You feel you could eat it and eat it and eat it.
Come to Daddy. This is about as good as it gets. This is going to be one of my pudding memories, this one.
Hold on a minute. Can I just... You're in agreement? What's going on?
Sorry, you're technically incorrect, though, because Matthew is now agreeing with me.
Oh, I see.
All
I'll
right,
take
let's
it back.
just be clear.
But is it a taste sensation back in the kitchen?
Well, it's picking and choosing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You've got the toffee apple there and this there.
Yeah, nice, nutty. And it's all the crystals that's popping in your mouth. You feel it all dancing around in your mouth.
Yeah, it's
that's
still
good,
going.
isn't it?
What else have we got? A little bit of marshmallow.
That's nice.
Are we donuts?
They're nice, aren't they?
I'm happily eating any component of it, and I think it works great. Together, it's all quite sweet, and if there was just something to cut through that sweetness, then I think it would be
great, wouldn't it? Just that one thing that's missing, isn't
it'd
it?
be a contender, yeah.
I'm tempted to say that this fairground was child's play, but it wasn't. It was a brilliant idea, brilliantly executed, brilliant dish at every level. So it's a 9 from me.
I thought that little fairground cart was a thing of genius, and I can just imagine what fun that would be at the banquet. I'd love to see it there, and it's a 9.
It is the best pudding I've had in any competition. It is absolute perfection. 10.
What can I say? I absolutely loved it, loved it, loved it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Therefore, I'm giving it a 10.